Good day everyone. I just thought that I need to give you all an update on the situation that Cyril Ramaphosa, South Africa's president, also the president of the ANC, the ruling party, as well as the AU chairperson, the situation he finds himself in, as well as what must be going on in his mind right now. If you look at the history of the man, if you remember watching the video on President Cyril Ramaphosa that I put out quite some time ago, it is the most watched video on this channel, 00 Days, then you will see that he was at the head of the Christian Union at his school. So by many people he's considered to be a Christian, and it's interesting to see how his plans that he's putting out throughout South Africa as well as in Africa lines up with exactly the opposite of what he should be doing if he wants to call himself a Christian, because all it does is take the people's freedom away, and many religious organizations and the religious beliefs is based on the basic fundamental principle that you can make choices, good or bad. And what Cyril is stuck with now is he had to make a choice between the faith that he grew up with and money, because that's basically what it boils down to. And how has someone that sits on the council that runs the world, how does someone like that get a grip on the president that we have currently? Well, it's very simple. You flatter them by spending time with them, you empower them, you get them into a very powerful position. You tell them that things will happen in time. And I've spoken to people that have spoken to Cyril Ramaphosa and asked them before they were president, long before they were president, even during the times of Kodesa, when will you be president of South Africa? And he said, in time. He knows his time will come, which means it was all planned from beforehand and it was always going to happen. And during Nasrec 2017, he was paid to become the president of South Africa with a lot of money, billions in fact, spent in bribes for votes. But that's not what I want to talk about right now. Cyril Ramaphosa must have a conscience. He must also be sick and tired of just following instructions. It can't be nice. And you can see times when he's really down, when he's just trying to hang in there. And I have it on good source that he has to be calmed down before each of these family, so-called family meetings, that is completely stressed out, he's physically exhausted, and that he's really struggling. And maybe one can have some sympathy for the man. But you know, as long as you cling to money and fame, that is the life that you now have to live. And he has chosen that bed, and he now has to sleep in it. Or maybe not. Maybe he wants to get out of bed, and maybe he wants to do something else. And this is where, as I've said before, Tokyo Sexuale comes into the frame. And how he's just put the feelers out there. And the moment Tokyo Sexuale put the feelers out there to attack Cyril, Cyril changed again. All of a sudden, had renewed interest in driving the new world order agenda that his puppet masters have had him do so well since he became president of the ANC, then president of the country, and then the chair of the African Union. So what is it that Cyril needs to do? What are his puppet masters telling him to do? He has to break down borders. He has to destroy South Africa as a country. He has to destroy everyone's faith in the government, and I'm sure that he's doing an excellent job of that. He has to destroy Eskom. He has to destroy the economy. And then Africa needs to cease to have borders. So within the African Union, we need to become one big family, one global family, and there will be no more borders of sovereignty for South Africa. And you will see him promote this. You will see his sidekick Julius Malema promoting this. You will even see the Democratic Alliance promoting this. And I mention them specifically because they are all in bed with these new world order ideologies. And no, Neil de Beer, it's not a figment of my imagination, because you're also batting for that same team. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing. And no, I don't have to debate you. You are making it clear with all your statements. But to get back to Cyril Ramaphosa, I just got distracted there for a moment, and I feel very good for it. Cyril Ramaphosa is sitting in a very difficult position. He's living in a physical body, and that physical body has to take the strain of everything he's putting his mind through, and it can't be easy. So to sell out the people of your country, especially if you grow up a Christian, can't be easy. You know, to sell the people of your country out to the largest bidder, to renewable energy projects and many other things cannot be easy, because he actually knows what the plan is further down the line, and he will sell it to people as if it's the best thing since sliced bread and the best thing since matches. And many people will fall for this narrative. All I want you to be careful of is that it's open and blatant where Cyril comes from. The history cannot be erased. He was bought by the Oppenheimers who serves on the council that runs this world. And he has fallen for that narrative, he has served that narrative, and maybe it's difficult for him to get out, because if you get out there might be consequences. There were consequences for Jacob Zuma, but at least he made the choice and he walked out. And he was poisoned for it. Many bad things happened to him because of it. The Naspers media turned against him. The Naspers media turned against Ace Magashule. They turned against Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. They'll turn against anyone that is fighting this narrative. And many of you that think now that you know everything about rapid economic transformation, RET, you have no cooking clue what you understand, because you've believed the mainstream media. So until we've had a proper conversation and you've actually opened your mind to what's actually happening on the ground, reserve comment and don't make a fool of yourself. So Cyril Ramaphosa is sitting in a fix. The question is he going to get out of that bed, or is he going to lie down in that bed and stay there? Only time will tell. But he's at breaking point, and the next ANC conference is on the horizon. So he needs to start looking at that time. Will he bow out and allow someone else to take over, or will he continue? Remember, the plan was for him to continue until the job is done. He has to be there till the job is done around 2030. And it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out and who these powers that be plan to follow him up, because he's only allowed to serve 2 terms as a president of South Africa. And the person to follow up at this stage should be Tokyo Sexwale. But who knows what's going to happen. If we do what we are planning on the ground, these plans will not come to fruition. We will stop it dead in its tracks. We want freedom. And that's why I started the hashtag Freedom SA initiative. It's part of the Freedom Initiative, where people will meet together and show that they are free and behave as if they are free. And I think that's the most important part. But Cyril Ramaphosa is at a crossroads in his life right now, and it must be a difficult decision to make. And I will keep you updated as to where things are going right now. The faction that's fighting the New World Order within the ruling party, they are strong, they're gaining traction. And what we are doing on the ground is gaining traction. And I'll update you as to how those things develop in future. And I really want to thank you all for watching this channel. Many people are being unsubscribed from the channel because this channel is being shadow banned. So please make sure your subscription remains and that the bell icon is ticked, even if you have to do it every time you watch a video. Thank you very much to everyone that's supporting this channel. Till the next video.